hell have you been? Everyone's been talking about it, man. Like, Tank, yeah. And after the show, I reached out to you and was wondering, yo, like, what's going on, man? Like, you gotta tell everyone, cause I know, but everyone else doesn't. So fill us in,
Yeah.
man. Like, what's going on?
Oh well, just recently I went on to a little hiatus from social media.
Mm-hmm.
I had
Participate and put on shows, but
yeah.
yeah, man, it's just kind of sucks what's going on right now. But anyways, so now that you're back, what is your big plans for your return?
Man. So as of recently, I just joined MEW.
Yeah, I was
So
there.
that's
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a
yep.
minute.
Yep.
I know
Yeah,
before
I
the
joined
show,
MEW.
I know before the show that we sat down and talked about that, but we'll dive more into that afterwards. But anyways, continue. My bad for cutting you off.
Oh no, you good. Yeah, I signed with MEW the other day. Not a long term deal. More so about 6 or 7 months into the contract. I don't know if I'm going to resign. Possibly if I have a title by then. Uh, Tank, you might not have your world title, but yeah. So that's that's something that's going on. Also, I started my clothing brand.
Marshall Brand
So
One.
Marshall finally has his own clothes out there.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah,
actually rocking
yeah.
a T-shirt right now for
Marshall
you.
has his clothes.
Thanks for hooking it
Oh
up, by the
man,
way.
I appreciate
Yeah, no problem, man. I'll
You're
definitely,
welcome, man.
yeah, I'll definitely have to bring it on set and wear it for one of the movies that I'm about to be doing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely gotta support my boy.
Um, um, yeah, just a couple of things. Oh yeah, I also did shoot a movie over the past 8 months.
Got
A little
into the
horror movie.
got in the
Not gonna give
movie
you any
business,
spoilers,
huh?
but yeah, yeah, got into the movie business, and I also start my video blog tomorrow. So
Oh, dude, definitely
got
gonna
that
have
coming in.
you definitely gonna have to text me the link for that so I can post it because out in
Oh
the
yeah,
Twitter sphere. But yeah, you want to know a funny story? I called my agent and he was actually looking for a guy for a horror film. I was busy because of other movie obligations because I was contractually obligated to do those, and I actually dropped your name.
yeah.
And I didn't think they were gonna call you, but they did, and I'm super happy that they did.
Oh yeah, I was happy too. So the role was I'm not gonna give away the movie too much, but the role was to play a character in the new Saw movie. I'm out here. I'm out here. You'll
I,
see me soon. We got a trailer getting ready to drop. What is that? September 15th, 2020, and the movie should be dropping sometime around August 2021.
Hell yeah, dude! I'm a diehard movie fanatic. My wife, she loves horror movies, dude. Like as you could tell, out of the huge, goddamn fucking movie collection that's sitting to our left over here, that's all her. That's all her. Like when we
Man,
when we first got together, like it was like half that, and then like throughout the years, it's just piled on. But anyways, back to business here. So now that you got the movie and you're trying your steps in Hollywood, has it affected wrestling?
um, a little bit.
Yeah,
I've
trust me,
actually been
I
knocked
know.
off. Yeah, I've actually been knocked off a peg, so you can see where I'm at with life right now.
Yeah,
Um,
we gotta get that ring rust off. Yeah, I know. I have it. I mean, I'm currently in MLW right now, but I'm like in Hollywood making movies. I will definitely be making my return. We will be making our return. We will be debuting Marshall's Dick. I know it was an idea that we talked about for a long time, but being able to actually like
mhm.
debut it is going to be awesome.
Yep.
But
Cannot wait, man.
yeah, no, it it kind of sucks that I'm no longer an MEW, but my time there, like overall, it was good. Chris is, does a phenomenal job, and it's just like had a falling out with one of his guys that are in management. No, I didn't have a falling out with Chris because Chris and I we are still very, uh, we're still on very good terms, like personally and professionally. It's
Yeah.
just, it kind of sucks that the way that one of his guys was doing business, which I told you about it. So, just to recap for the audience here, I know I talked about it a lot in my last show, but
Hmm.
so I debuted, and of course, I've been undefeated this year. I'm riding high,
Yeah.
so we're gonna have to talk about that. So, I challenged him because he was running his mouth, I run my mouth. You know me, I'm a dick, so that's just who I
Should
am.
be that hard to swallow.
You think, right? Apparently he couldn't. But
I know that
so
appointment been sitting on that table for a minute.
I know it has
Yeah, go
been.
ahead.
So I told him that you know there's only one stipulation that I had if we were ever to do a match, if we were able to fight, and he would put his GM spot on the line, and he tried to be like, oh no, like that's not fair. You have all, like, you get the all the gain, if you win, and nothing to lose. And I told him, like, hey man, if I lose, I'll walk and I'll be that. You know me, I'm a man of my word. So I told him that,
Yeah.
and what he did was he basically said, yo, fuck what you said, I'm going to try to book the match as a safety net for when I lose. I can be like, oh, I lost, but I'm still GM. Like, no, dude, that's like having a child, and you want them to eat their dinner, right? And you tell them, like, hey, if you eat your dinner, you get to have your dessert. And as a child,
Right.
you're like, no, I want dessert now. No, no, you can't do
Yeah.
that. I laid out a challenge, and he completely ignored my challenge and tried to pull some slick shit, knowing that I told him the only stipulation that if we were to fight would be that stipulation. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's only that. I challenged him. He refused to accept it. He tried to pull some slick shit and be like, no, we were still, like, we're going to fight this way. And I'm like, no, dude, I laid out the challenge. If you don't accept, like, that's cool, dude. But don't try to book us a match after I just told you the only way it's going to happen is if it's a high stakes match.
Right.
Now, you know,
Yeah, that sounds like some real bullshit, man.
it was completely bullshit. Of course, you had like his boys like back him, which was complete bullshit because I laid out the challenge, and still to this day, hey buddy, if you're listening to the podcast, all I'm saying, but when I win, because I'm going to, because I'm that damn good, I'm gonna be the new GM, and shit's gonna go differently. All right, none of this fucking bullshit, fucking pussy shit that you got going on. All right. But
Exactly.
anyways, uh, overall, I enjoyed my time in MEW. Other than that one little hiccup, like with the whole like my gimmick, like yeah, I'm a dick, but like I'm actually like a good guy overall. Like good business sense. Like okay,
Hmm.
so from a business perspective, if people are going to go to shows and watch matches, right? Would they watch a regular one-on-one match, or do they want to buy tickets and watch the the high stakes match? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From a business standpoint, you want the high stake match. You want audience in the seats, to sell tickets. That's what you are marketing, because at the end of the day, we're still a business, and it was just bad business. He refused to do business that was good business. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, because if he were to win by for some god miracle, like, you know, one, I'd be gone, right? He'd get what he wanted, me being gone, and number two, he'd gain my respect, you know, because he beat me.
Right.
But the fact that he pulled some slick shit and tried to like weasel his way out of it, he's just, to me, is just a bitch move. And
Mm.
And if you're gonna do a bitch move, you might as well be a bitch. And if you're a bitch, I'm gonna treat you like a bitch. Those are the facts,
Right.
you know. But other than that, Chris was a good guy to work with. I can't say anything bad about him because he did do a really good job, you know, and he was very understanding of my predicament with like Hollywood and stuff like that. But right now, yeah, I'm in MLW. Uh, I haven't really competed there in a while, but I think I fought a guy named Ray Sawyer. Good guy, good talent. He was pretty good. I like his attitude. It's very hostile, and I love guys like that. Just because, I mean, I did win, but he was like, "Yo, dude, like, we definitely got to do another match because it was a good match." But anyways, enough about me. So you're an MEW. So your plans
Mhm.
are you wanting to stick it out? I know our boy Tank's over there. I think he's still world champion. I don't know. Is he?
Yeah, yeah. He's still a world champ for now. So yeah. I know he's probably gonna be hearing this in a while, but thinking, coming for you. um, yeah, no, because the thing was when they signed me and I joined into the company. A couple of people kept saying, you're a big name for you to pop up in such a small venue. And I'm like, yeah, I'm venturing out. I'm just starting to bag now, so I'm not trying to start off too big. MEW seems like a good place, and there's always the guys that I've never heard of, but they also have never heard of me. So the moment I come walking in, they got their little funny, the little funny jokes or whatever to try to get by.
Mm-hmm.
I quickly put them in their place.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
you got to, man. You
yeah,
got to. Being like the new guy sometimes, like people will try to step on you, but like me, I'm like fight or flight, and I'm always fight, always. Like the dick brings the
yeah.
fight to you. You don't bring the fight to the dick. The dick comes to you.
Right. You can either get it raw or you can get it prepared. It's either,
No, you're getting it
section
raw.
at its best.
Well, I hit you with
Oh
that
man,
fucking dick chin music.
it's all about the vortex.
But
No, but yeah. So I'm I'm just there for now. I'm wherever the wind pretty much blows, but just don't let it be a 100 mile an hour wind because I might just smack right dead into a title shot and end up walking out of it perfectly with a piece of gold on my shoulder.
yeah, but you gotta be careful because they kind of like I I don't want to say they play favorites, but I know that like I know Chris doesn't, but like I know like other management uh was kind of like playing favorites with his boys. Like if he liked you, you'd get pushes. I don't want to say it's like an IWL situation because we both know how fucking horrendous
Oh
management is
no,
there. Oh my god. Like,
yeah, IWL is horrible.
oh my god, I'm so glad I'm no longer there. Oh, dude.
Same here. Like I was there for a whole 5 months, and not one time did somebody look my way. Even when I told them, like, yeah, like I'm a fairly good person. Like you get in the ring with me, shit's gonna go down. All you have to do is give me that chance.
Yeah.
And
And
everybody just pretty much ducked me for
it honestly, it's if you're not one of their guys or their boys, they're not gonna look at you. And I can say that because the first title shot that I had came because like at the time I was boys with management. So well, I didn't say they gave it to
real.
me, but one of the guys didn't show up. So they were like, oh hey, well since you're here, like you might as well be a replacement. Well, that replacement I was the like last minute replacement. I ended up winning the number one contendership, and then I went on to uh, become champion. And then I have never lost a title. They've always been stripped from me, which is funny because
Oh man,
I could say that I've never lost a championship because it's never happened. I've always been stripped.
it goes crazy. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I'm glad that you mentioned that because I'm glad that like with you back, it's me, you, and Tank, and do us together. And once we get OG back wherever he is, he's been MIA, dude. We are pretty much gonna be like the fucking Infinity Stone Gauntlet. We're just any promotion we go into. I can't think of a single person being on the same level as all four of us. You know, like Tank's been in the ring with Donnie, he's been in the ring with all these guys, and like Tank and I, like Tank's never beaten me one on one. And these guys that are like telling me
Word.
that I can beat you, but like, dude, if you can't beat Tank, what the fuck are you thinking that you can beat me? All right,
Right.
like, do you not get that? Like, think of it kind of like, like in movies, right? Where like the action star, where he'll take out like the henchman, and to get to the boss, right? But if you
Yeah.
have the action hero of the movie, the protagonist, if he can't beat a simple like villain like his henchman, right? Like his right hand man, if he can't beat him, what
What makes you think you can beat the boss?
exactly? That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's just, are you not thinking this clearly?
Yeah, I don't think they ever do. And that's what their downfall is nowadays. They just automatically assume they can just win the match. All right, but can you be such and such? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I've beaten Blaze multiple on times, and he can even contest to this. I've beaten
Mm.
him more times than he's ever beaten me before. And it's
Hmm.
taken him a lot. I mean, a lot. Oh wait,
Oh God,
shit.
I'm sorry about that.
Give me a second.
Yeah, gotta turn that off. Wife will kill me. She's asleep right now. But, anyways, my time in MEW was really good. Like I said, there's not really anything bad other than like the falling out with the certain management. The owner, uh, good guy. Still, like I still like him. You know, like as a personally and professionally. But dude, I think that you can go far in MEW if you just stick with it. You know what I mean? Like if you look at the locker room that's there from what I remember, you know, there's a lot of guys I uh, that I've known from other promotions and stuff like that. Tony Loco, great competitor. I always enjoy, you know, hanging around the guy and you know doing matches with him. I've done a lot of matches with him, and he's back from like he's like one of my boys from back in IWL. Really good dude. Uh, God, who else? Who else is in MEW? Oh, you watching some highlights right there?
Yeah,
God damn.
gotta watch it, man.
Almost as vain as I am. But yeah, I think that you can, you know, if you stick with MEW, I think that you can go really far. Because look, our boy Tank, you know, he look at him, he top dog right now. All right, and
Yeah.
you know what's really funny? He actually won that. He won the championship for me because of like how I was unceremoniously booted. You know, he actually
Mm.
won that for me because as soon as he won that, dude, he called me up and was like, "Yo, guess who's world champion MEW?" And I was like, "No way." He was like, "Yeah, it's your boy." And I was like, "Hell yeah." He was like, "Dude, it's for you. Justice for Johnny."
JFJ out here, man.
Yeah, but I really think that you can go far. Just stick with it. You know, I know that you have other obligations, but I'm pretty sure if you talk to Chris, the owner, he can work with you because he worked with me. He's very understanding, so he's a good guy. It's just the guys below him are kind of like the
Mhm.
dudes that you got to worry about. So if you have to jump the chain of command, like do it because those guys aren't the best to do business. Like I previously stated in my early example, you know. But
Yeah, because the wrestling school that I had, the Defiant, you remember that, right?
oh yeah, dude, it was awesome. I loved it. You need to start that back up.
Yeah. Yeah, I had Defiant for a while, and before we closed the doors to the school, Brandon actually was a student there.
Really?
So, yeah, believe it or not, yeah, he's actually a student. Never really got in the ring though. He was never really around to hop in the ring, so I terminated his contract. But yeah, he was around. And
I
then
mean, it is what it is. You know, like if a promotion has to terminate me, I'm not going to be mad about it. You know, it's just the nature of the business. It's strictly professional. You know, I'm going to go elsewhere. You know, I may come back after a while, you know, but still, like, I'm trying to leave the door open, you know, because like I haven't had a falling out with Chris. I just had a falling out with the guys under him, which is
Right.
something that can easily be like, you know, changed. You know, that's something that can easily be
Hmm.
fixed. You know, but as of right now, I'm not really looking to go back. Maybe like when management changes, like if management changes, 100% I'll go back. If he were like, hey man, like I would like you back, I'd come back. You know, only if like management changed. But
Um, I meant to tell you. So I'm debuting a new outfit soon.
oh, is it
Yeah,
the
I'm
one that I've seen already?
yeah, yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude,
Yes, I'm
that is gonna catch fire. It's gonna get over. We talked about it. I don't want to spoil it for people that are listening, but his new attire that he has is awesome. It's like a combination of the Purge and Hitman.
hmm
It really looks
hmm
sweet.
Thank you, thank you.
But anyways,
Then I got the ring gear as well
oh yeah, I seen that too,
for
dude.
whenever, special times comes through.
Oh yeah, for the pay-per-views.
If you ever need a, yeah, yeah. Might pull a little Seth Rollins out there, Walk
uh,
out with the full white on.
yeah, dude, the white,
It's like that
great
once in a
color.
lifetime thing.
But let's talk about more about Defiant. So,
Oh,
do you have any plans about opening that up? I know that we've kind of talked about briefly, but so, like, what are the plans with Defiant?
mhm.
Like, is it closed for good? Or are you wanting to like eventually open it up? Like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, no. I actually just purchased the school's building back, so
Oh, awesome! That
it could be on a high rise.
oh, absolutely.
Not giving no not gonna give no spoilers. You know what I'm saying, and I'm not gonna guarantee you guys. For those who are watching, kayfabe. You know what I'm saying, but just try to hang on with me there. I'm going one thing at a time right now. So I just purchased the school bag.
And that's the
We
first
got the new
step, really.
refinery inside the building. Yeah, yeah. We got the new refinery inside the building, so we can expect new arenas. A lot more, a lot more new arenas. Ideas is what I should say.
Oh, new
Because the
venue.
gym was just
Yeah.
yeah, we just got the gym refurbished, and then we put 25 foot screens for each side, so we'll have a double entrance area. So one from one side of the ring and one the other.
We definitely have to get
Just look forward to
together.
that.
Yeah, we definitely have to get together and collab at like a trailer for its return.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So,
And also, I have a new belt as well. The Limit Breaker is retired, sadly.
oh, that's a damn
So
shame.
no more Limit Breaker World Champion. The last champion was Tank. I won't be bringing anyone back as I won't be bringing anyone back as champion. So everyone will have to fight for their spot if it was to be reopened again.
Which that's
And
the right thing to do,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah, yeah, it is. Just
Yeah, because
little things.
I was in Lion's Den and it folded because there was a discrepancy. Well, I know I talked to you briefly about it, but for the audience, so oh, one thing that I don't like is when owners make a promotion and then they crown themselves world
Hmm.
champion. You know, they just like want to fold the promotion altogether, and like that's not how you do business.
Right.
Like I feel like
And
if you're an owner of a promotion, like you like it's not like I wouldn't say that's wrong or or right. You know, there's no wrong or right way, but like if you are constantly like booking yourself in championship matches, even if it's like a mid card title or something like that, you know, like I could see where it's gonna piss people off. It's gonna piss the boys in the back off because the guys that are like, you know, busting their ass every night, trying to earn that, and they were like, "Oh, I'll just give it to myself. I'll just give myself this promotion." Like that's it's not really fair.
Yeah.
So I feel like if
Yeah,
you
I try to stay away from having any type of, you know, any type of title for real.
yeah,
Yeah, I stayed away from it.
yeah, that's what I liked about like doing business with you in Defiant, because like even though you were the owner, you kind of stayed away from that because like same thing with PWE with Cameron. He stays away from that because it's not like if the owner's champion, it's not really good for business because people are going to be like, oh well, he kind of like gave himself that opportunity or put himself in a position to get that opportunity. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I meant to ask, which Cameron were you referring to, by the way? Was that the
Collins.
was that the guy that fired me from
Yeah,
was that
PWE.
Empire?
Yeah, it was, PWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about that too, like how I didn't agree with that, but I'm still good terms with him. I decided to leave, not because there was anything like bad or anything like that. It's just like I'm doing other projects right now, but I will 100% will come back. And when I talked to him, he said that he wants to talk to you to like work things out because he did say that he feels really bad for what he did, but that's I really don't want to speak for him because that's a conversation that you have to have with him, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
like you guys will be able to do business again, maybe not right now but in the future. Like I try to keep every door open except for IWL. That thing's fucking shut. Fucking building condemns. Fucking no. Fuck that. I am. If I want to go back to like fucking piss poor managing, I'll just go back to like fucking, how MEW had its GM. All right. I mean, not Chris. Chris was good, but like the guys underneath of him.
Yeah.
But
I but for the most part, when I do sign with different companies, I try to get like the best, you know what I'm saying, like the
the
best
best deal.
contract out of
Yeah.
everybody else. Yeah, but I only want to do it for a certain amount of time. I guess you can say I've been Brock Lesnar my way through before I had did retirement.
You know, and in this line of business, like your body can only take so much. Like sometimes you gotta take like a little break. Sometimes you gotta take a hiatus because you lose the love for like wrestling. Like a few years back, I started my own promotion, but then I fell out of love with wrestling, so I just kind of closed shop. And we
Right.
had and it kind of sucked because we had this world tournament, we had the titles and stuff like that, but I closed shop because I lost the love for it. Then I took like this long break, and then I came back. I came back in GEW, and then I left GEW. I'm still friends with the guys there. A couple of them, a couple of guys that are in like I think one or two guys that are in management. I had a falling out with, but the main guy of it, I'm still tight with. But like I don't know. I would come back if he would ask. I haven't asked, and he hasn't asked, so I'm just not gonna ask.
Yeah, it's kind of the same way with me and Cameron, to be honest with you. But I don't know if I'd even want to really, you know, come back.
Yeah, but I
Only
mean,
because he if if you do one fucked up thing, you most likely capable of doing another.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I understand that. But
Understand.
sometimes, man, you got to see the good in people. Like, yeah, sometimes people do the wrong thing, but people do change, and that's one thing. Like I'm not the same person that I was like in 2018 or 2019. I've really mellowed out
Mm.
a lot. Because like backstage, like I'm not gonna lie, like a few years ago I was really toxic.
Mm.
I was kind of like a Shawn
Was that
Michaels.
the time you Was that the time you threw the macaroni and cheese on the ground in catering, or?
Yes, that was it. We've since apologized. I apologize. Yeah, I've had you over. I had you on a podcast previously. That was, I think, a few years ago. I think it was maybe 18 or 19. But
Yeah, well, I think I believe it was 19.
yeah, I think so. But we boys now. We got Marshall's Dick going. Damn shame that we couldn't get Marshall's
Yeah,
Dick and MEW because that would have been really fun. Because I think they had a.
we would have demolished everybody.
I don't know if they had a tag team. I know they had a like tag team champions, but I don't know how strong their tag team division was because I think they were hurting on guys if I wasn't mistaken. I know their cruiserweight division. I don't know if they had one. Do they have one?
I mean, they probably do, but they got this long list of banned maneuvers that we can't try on in the ring and whatnot because it benefits them. So
I don't know if they have one or not. If they did, I would have probably called my brother Price. You remember Price, right? Yeah, I would have called him up because man, he's been dying for work. He's not really in. Like he's kind of like doing his own thing right now. I just had him in one of my movies. He was trying his hand at Hollywood 2. In the horror movie that just came out, Wrong Way, which you already seen it. We sat down and watched it before we fucking did the podcast.
right.
Dude, you remember the tag team dark match that we did with those dudes? I forget who they were, but man, that match was fucking insane. Oh my god.
I kept picking up that guy, and I was telling him to be quiet so much in the damn match, and
Dude.
I remember when you was going for a spot with the big guy, and he was sitting down on the ground, and he looked up, he was like, "Yo, you gonna keep saying sit down?" Or it was like, you basically forcing me to sit down here. I can't even sit on my own. Like,
dude,
what are we doing? Is this a new part that I missed? Or
dude, that match, okay, it was scheduled. It was scheduled to be a normal tag, but dude, it turned into a tornado really fucking quick, dude. Like you were beating up on Homeboy, and then he fucking came in, and of course you my boy, so I gotta get in there, And then
we ended up going crazy.
yeah, then there was a spot where I was down, outside the ring, and I look up, and you just out there bodying both dudes, and I'm like, God damn, remind me not to piss off Marshall. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, because I was already here coming in tonight.
You were beating them dudes like they fucking threw your mac and cheese down on the ground.
Duh, duh, duh.
Man, that match was fucking crazy.
It really was.
Now, we've never gone
I want to see what
one-on-one.
things.
I know you
Let's
have.
not get started
Yeah.
on Dave.
I know you don't. I know you don't agree with Dave, but I mean, like, being able to have a 5-star classic and stuff like that.
Yeah, most definitely. I think me and Blaze has had at least about 6 5-star matches out of the 10 we've had. A couple of times, yeah, we went back and forth, and it was like, yeah, it was all right. But those good magic moments happened during the day, during a certain pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you remember the when we did a house show? It was Marshall's Dick. It was the first time that we were in the ring together, us, and we fought Tank and OGB. Like, we went on several nights, just us fighting back and forth with those guys, dude. We destroyed those dudes. I mean, they're both great in-ring competitors, and those guys, they can definitely, carry their own, and probably some of the best people to work with. I mean, Tank, obviously, because he's world champion. OG, he's been world champion in every fucking promotion he's ever been in. And if we were able to do that in a house show, dude, like with like fucking like main event caliber guys, like if we actually debuted on a promotion, no tag team's gonna stand a chance, dude. Also, I do have a
Yeah,
question.
any.
I do have a question for you. One of the fans tweeted me, and he said, "Ask Marshall if he ever fought Brandon." So I'm going to ask you: have you ever been in a match, maybe a dark match, or in a multi-man match, maybe a 1v1 with Brandon?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I've had one match with him, and I massacred him, and I it wasn't, what I'm saying, it wasn't to, brag about or anything. It was, I think he caught me at a bad time. I don't remember what led us into having the match
Hmm.
because I'm for sure it wasn't a book match. It wasn't on the card. Like nobody could just erase that off there. But no,
Do you ac- do
we
you
had a we
actually
had a quick little match.
do you actually have the footage of that?
Uh, I would believe so if I can get back with my agent and see if he uploaded on our local YouTube channel, then it should be up there. If
What
not, then
what's the YouTube channel for everybody listening to the audience?
it's Marshall's Brand One
D-
gaming channel. You find it underneath there.
So that's where Marshall upload all of his personal highlights of himself. I do have a highlight video of myself too.
That's right. And then also do I also do gaming videos as well. I do have like some free time, and when I do have the free time, I like to play the PlayStation. So yeah, you'll see me doing video vlogs and gaming channels. You know what I'm saying? Just pretty much anything.
So
To be honest with
when you what do you have the link? Can you tell the audience like where to find you on that? Is it still
you.
the same name as your
A-
YouTube?
yeah, actually, you can Google me now. I'm actually that famous now. I'm actually that famous. You could just put Marshall's Brand One in Google, and my entire channel pops up. My clothing brand pops up. Contact information.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's perfect for the audience. Helping you, get your merchandise out there. I'm here for like I'm here for you. All right.
I feel that.
But so what was I gonna ask? So when you had the match with Brandon, was he like good in the ring? Like dive deeper into that. Because you know
Hmm.
how like when you get into the rings with guys and you like you some guys you mesh really good with, some guys you have no chemistry with. What's like our in ring tag team chemistry that we have is top notch, and we're both
Oh
top
yeah.
guys. Would you consider him a top guy, or do you think that he has potential, or do you think he's just like a mid card guy at best, or maybe I hate to say it, jobber?
Hmm. I would say he's probably midterm. He's not a jobber. He's midterm.
So
You can pretty much get the best out of him for like a good 15 to 20 minutes, and that's pretty much all you're gonna get right now. Just don't give him a chance to have a little bit of an opening because then it'll backfire heavy on you. He's actually kind of quite sneaky like that. So
yeah, trust me, I,
yeah.
I, I found that out. Trust me, I know. He tried to pull
Man,
some sneak. He did pull some sneaky shit on me.
I still got the bruise on my ankle.
Yeah, I still have that
Man,
resentment for him unceremoniously firing me.
man,
Yeah, I like how he
I
didn't even
feel
go through
bad
the
for that
chain of
man.
command. Yeah, he didn't even go through the chain of command, and like I know it wasn't Chris's decision because he said like, "Hey, I don't care if you fire me for this," and then like, yeah,
Mm,
unceremoniously kicked me from the promotion.
damn.
So I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if there was a change in management, but yeah. So, but you know that you are a top guy, right? You should be treated as a top guy. Do you feel like you're treated as a top guy in MEW? Uh, I know you just came back. You just returned. Like, do you still feel like you're on that level, or did you like take a step back and you want to get back to that level? Which I know you can because it's like I said, it's like riding a bike. Do you feel like they are treating you that way, like that you're, a top talent? Because you are. I've been in the ring with you. I've been in plenty of multi-man matches with you. You're definitely a top guy.
um, yeah, I feel like I am, I guess a top tier, competitor. Um, Most definitely not a mid Carter. I can tell you that. Like, I mean, it's by choice. I could be, but I'm in the heavy set leagues. You know what I'm saying? I belong with the heavies, the super heavyweights, the light heavyweights, the cruiserweights. Pretty much anybody you throw in front of me at this point, I'm already well equipped to taking them out. So
You
yeah.
you want to know how I like gauge people, like the guys in the back? How I gauge them is if they can't beat my brother, which my brother, Pretty Boy Price, Tyler, he's a cruiserweight, right? And I've seen that dude get in the ring and body fucking super heavyweights. You remember that chamber match that ended it? That was like it was there was no finish to the match. He was in there with like
Yeah.
Tank, who's a super heavyweight. He was in the ring with like heavyweights, super heavyweights, and he was in there putting in work, man. I was in the back like, God damn, like he a little dude. He's 205 pounds.
That's no. I'm
And
actually 218 now.
yeah, I think
I'm
that
not too big, not too little.
I think that you were in that match because it came down to like me, you, Tank, and Graves. And those guys like the us four, we're top talent. We're top guys. But how I gauge people is if they can't beat my brother, they stand no chance of beating me. And if they barely beat Price, they ain't beating me.
That's steep. That's real steep, man.
Hey, that's how I see it, man. But hey, I'm
Yeah.
actually speaking of the devil. Chris said that he's listening to the podcast. Thank you for listening to the podcast. He said
Thank you. Thank you.
he said I acknowledged Marshall soon as he came, and I said you're a big name. Surprised to see you here. He might not remember that. Do you recall that at all?
Yeah, yeah. That's actually who I was referring to when they mentioned me off on being a big name, joining into their league. I mean
Their company.
their company. Excuse me. Yeah.
But
Sorry, man. It's been a long day. It was out there
I
putting
know.
putting up like four different rings today, man.
Yeah, I know, dude. I just got
Because
done.
again, wink, wink, purchased that building.
I so we definitely know that Defiant guys that are listening. So can anybody join Defiant, or there's certain like rules, or are they still the same? Like like you're willing to do business with everyone as long as they're willing to do business itself.
Yeah, as long as you're good, you know what I'm saying. We do have a couple of bars that certain people can't climb over. You know what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Um, a couple of things that you can't do inside of our league, but it's pretty much as simple as riding a bike out here nowadays. So I take it for granted. I know most people they like to talk smack and they like to get a little serious.
Yeah, but
I
that's the
try
nature of
to
the business, man. Like guys are gonna,
yeah.
like I said, it's an alpha male thing. You gotta separate
Hmm.
the men from the boys.
Right, and that's where I come in. I don't want boys into the league. I want men to come in here and do what men do. We throw it out in that ring every night to make sure that these fans are, you know what I'm saying, are entertained
Hmm.
before they leave. They want to get their money's worth. They paid their ticket. They paid their money to sit there, eat, enjoy, laugh, talk, you know what I'm saying, get to know people that they never met before as they're sitting ringside watching two amazing athletes in the ring do what they do best.
And you know what? I
And
I had
yeah.
a really good idea. I wanted to do this in MEW, but I couldn't really talk to Chris about it because I got booted. But what I wanted to do was I wanted him to give me the list of the winners of like the results, and I'll do a podcast to like recap the show. So I'll watch the matches, and I'll just do the play-by-play, talk about like like who won, and like what's going on, and like pretty much just kind of like put guys over that win, like to help them build like credibility, because obviously if it's coming from me, that's gonna add credibility to the name. And like I was wanting to do that, kind of like how the the ups and downs. I was kind of wanted to do that. I wanted to run that by him, but I got kicked. So maybe in Defiant, I could do that for you.
Oh, most definitely. We do need a on play correspondent. So yeah, most definitely. I would love to have you there.
Yeah, so hopefully like guys can like as long as I can, because like it's gonna be hard for me because like I'm gonna be in the back getting ready for my match. As long as they can like, if someone can tape it and then send it to me, then I could talk about like what happened in the match, and then like, oh yeah, like this person won. This is good because this is gonna help them elevate themselves to the next level, and talk about champions and guys that are contenderships and who I think kind of like I'm gonna do one to make a prediction on who I think is gonna win, and probably have someone on the show come on with me and to help like make a prediction, and then the aftermath, like we do another one and we talk about the results. That's what I want to do. That will really help a promotion really like separate itself from the rest of the promotions.
Right. That's just gonna be lit, man. I'm telling you. We gotta get it. We gotta get it going. To be honest with you, I guess I can say for certain that Defiant is coming. Is coming back.
It's just a matter of when, right?
Yeah, it's just a matter of when. Uh, Taking those steps, like I said before. But I did have this idea. So for any wrestlers that are out there that are willing to travel over to Los Angeles, I'm thinking about having an event called Lost in the Wild, where every single match will take place as an Extreme Rules match. And for each winner of each match, it'll keep on. It's kind of like a tournament. You'll travel in, you'll go all the way down to the final two, possibly having like 16 wrestlers or so. But you go down to the final two. The winning grand prize will be about $50,000, and a custom bay built personally by Marshall, and a training simulation with Marshall himself,
All
free of
right.
charge.
That'd be awesome. So is it like an all day thing, or is he going to spread it out throughout like the month, like making a weekly thing, or are you just wanting to do it all in like one day? Because that would be huge.
It will continue on for about a week. Yeah, it'll be about a week. Start on Monday, ends on about a Friday and 12 midnight.
Okay,
Yep. So
so that give plenty of guys to like get together and have like them go over the matches and stuff like that.
yep, yep, and most likely I'll be able to broadcast it on some television shows here in Detroit. With being out there for so long, I've actually got in touch with a couple of people at WADL TV 38, which is a Detroit branding company. They've actually agreed to having a couple of my shows being played on the midnight hour here. So it wouldn't be too bad to see a couple of wrestlers from different cities and different states. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be
To
awesome. Of
be on
course,
TV.
your boy, the Dick's gonna show his face because me being a Hollywood movie star, the highest paid action movie star, that's gonna do wonders.
Oh man,
So,
cannot wait.
so you definitely got my participation right there.
All right, all right.
So,
First guy in.
goddamn straight, man. But we're gonna go ahead and try to like wrap this up. So definitely stick with MEW. You have a bright future there. I know you just returned. I'm looking forward to watching you rise. And I know our boy Tank, he happens to be world champion. And given your history with Tank, I know you guys have a pretty good rivalry. It's kind of like a like a friendship rivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm definitely looking forward to that. Can't wait to see that. I know you guys have had awesome matches, even the dark matches that we've done, even with Marshall's Dick. I'm really looking
That's
forward
right.
to debuting Marshall's Dick and a company, maybe MLW, if you're interested in that, or maybe another promotion that's out there. But I mean, kind of sucks that we couldn't do it in MEW, but it is what it is. And I'm really looking forward to getting Define open because you know the Dick is going to be the first one on. But man,
Man.
thank you for coming out into the studio and hanging out with me, even though my wife's passed out in the other room.
No
So
problem.
yeah, thanks a lot, man, and good luck to you and your return.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, real quick, I wanted to plug myself before you completely close out.
Go ahead, man.
Add me on Instagram at Marshall's Brand One. My Facebook name is Marshall LLI. And if you want to hit up the YouTube channel as well, you will look up on Google at Marshall's Brand One. Yeah, because I am that famous now. Yeah. My YouTube channel pops up, my Facebook pops up, my Instagram pops up, even my music and my clothing brand pops up. So if you need anything, any type of settings, clothing brand, anything like that, just hit it up. You know where I'll be, Los Angeles, sometime next month. All
Goddamn,
right.
jack of all trades. All right, man. Thanks for coming out, man.
All right, no problem.
And that's it from the Dick Show.